we're having to pretty much choose between pay rent or feed ourselves and have food.
We're worried about evictions. This could be a mass eviction situation.
What happens if we, are getting moved out of this house, whether it's on our choice or someone else's?
Somebody in government needs to step in and help the renters.
The governors in states like Maine, Massachusetts, and Hawaii have ordered halts on evictions as millions of unemployed Americans grapple with the very real possibility that they may not be able to afford rent. In Colorado, those concerns echo throughout the state. Governor Jared Polis has left renter issues up to local jurisdictions, opting out of a statewide moratorium on evictions.
Most people live paycheck to paycheck because the cost of living is high up here.
Kendra Talent lives in Colorado Springs with her fiance and son. They all work in the service industry and were furloughed due to the shutdowns. The 3-bedroom apartment they share costs nearly $1,800 a month. In late March, she realized they wouldn't make April's rent and contacted building management.
And they tell me, oh no, we're not doing anything. It's business as usual. And I told them, I said, but there's nothing usual about this. There's the whole world, there's nothing usual going on.
Ryan Leach shares a place with his girlfriend and their roommate in Denver for just over $1,400 a month. Ryan is unemployed, but his girlfriend and roommate are still working for the time being. The majority of their neighbors at the complex are service workers.
March 26th, everybody in the building mysteriously got a reminder that our rent was coming up. This is something that's never happened before. I think it kind of sparked a bunch of people's interests or reminded them, hey, yeah, we should probably talk to management about this crisis that's developing right now and how it could affect us.
And Alex Stockton is a contractor for a remodeling company. His wife is an assistant manager at a bridal boutique. Both have been out of work, struggling to afford their $2,000 a month place in Arvada, just outside Denver.
Basically, my landlord's in a different position than a lot of rental companies, as he's a private landlord. This was his original house, so he uses this money for his current mortgage for his current place.
In cities across Colorado, renters are facing the same sobering reality.
We ended up getting an eviction notice on April 7th. We had 10 days to come up with the money, otherwise we were going to be facing eviction at that point.
They've just been telling us, no, we're following the lease. I wasn't even asking for free rent. All I asked was, hey, work with me and don't charge me the ridiculous late fees. And they kept telling me no, kept telling me no, kept telling me no.
Yeah, I told him once we paid rent that in May, we're looking at the same boat. We're hopefully trying to find some way to work through this, come up with a payment plan or some option here to make this happen. We hadn't gotten an answer back on any options there.
To the best of our knowledge, everyone that lives in an Olive Bark property on April 3rd, if you did not pay your rent, you were served a 10-day warning to pay your rent or be served evictions.
Ryan's property manager told us demand notices are only being sent to tenants who haven't asked for a payment plan, and that no one is being evicted at this time.
We are pushing for them to join us on the mortgage freeze and rent freeze, because we think that that's really what's going to be the best solution for everybody, is if we're all kind of absolved of this obligation for a little while.
The housing market is way too expensive out here, and most people, with working a full 40 hours isn't enough. And now when we can't work, it kind of seems for such a progressive state to not be putting a pause on rent and mortgages really is dropping the ball.
Kendra has since learned that their building is federally backed, temporarily protecting them from eviction under the CARES Act. But she is still concerned for the other renters in the state not protected.
Say May 1st we get lifted off a shutdown. There needs to be no evictions for at least, 60 days to where people can get back on their feet. Nobody should be facing these problems due to something that was beyond our control.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.